All right, so this is a brand new feature that was put out for Google Classroom, which allows for teachers to assign topics, or rather assignments and things to individual students and groups of students. So this has been kind of thought of as a method by which to differentiate instruction. So let's say you have assignments that you have, different levels, or maybe even just different choices of things that they can hand in, and you want to assign it to a particular group, or you want a particular group to work on one particular document and you want to make it possible for that to happen. And that's something that you really can do very easily with this new feature, which allows for you to assign things to individual students. Now, the method is the same as everything else for creating an assignment, and this really only works for creating an assignment, as far as I can tell. You would type in the name of the assignment, let's say Group 1. And then you have this new option. Instead of, it defaults to all students normally, but there is this option there that allows for you to assign to particular students. If I had a classroom with a lot of students in it, this is my fake classroom, I would be able to click on, let's say, Lisa Manganello, or I could click on a whole bunch of other different names, and you can select some and not select others, which makes it possible for you to assign something just to one particular person. Since there's only one person in this classroom, I can't totally show you the fact that it can go to different students, but you can do that. And that would put in their stream this assignment. And what I mean by that is that no other students who didn't get this particular assignment wouldn't find it in their stream. So I've really found that this particular website is very useful in kind of implementing a lot of these new ideas. And in it, he explains, this is, by the way, it's called Ditch That Textbook. And in it, he explains how it is possible for you to do it. Okay. And notice you could see all of the different students that could be in a classroom. And you can click on some and not click on others. And then you hit assign. One thing, basically, here are 5 things you can do with it. You can create group activities. So a lot of times teachers assign things where it needs to go to a particular group, and this would be a method by which to have everyone all on the same page. Let's say you have some students that are doing really well in a particular area and other students are not as far along as they are. You can kind of push them ahead, and you can provide extra practice by giving them, say a group of students, or just one student in particular. Another example of some practice in that particular area. Like I said before, you can level activities. And it doesn't just have to be in terms of how hard something is. You can also differentiate by saying, well, you might be interested in this particular kind of topic, but you maybe are interested in that topic. Not necessarily harder or easier, it's just different. And then he also recommends something for rotating activities. So let's say you have something that students are going to be doing over a couple of weeks, you can rotate through things. I would really highly suggest that you go around and look at how teachers are implementing all features of Google Classroom, but in particular this one. This one I think has a lot of potential to really kind of change the way that Google Classroom works. A lot of teachers have been using something called Doctopus, which makes it really easy for groups to be done. And that was one thing I kind of felt was missing from Google Classroom. In fact, right after I get off on this video, there's a teacher in particular that has been using that, and I'm going to call that person and tell them about it because I think that they might find it really useful. So hopefully you guys will go to that website, Ditch That Textbook. I'll put the link in the description so that you guys can have access to all the information that comes from that website. But in particular, I'll just give you the link for that particular website. So that's actually how you can use Google Classroom to differentiate assignments, whether that be by handing out assignments to one group of people with 5 people in it, or you can do it with a group with just one person. So, all right, thank you very much.